American Icon, The Rise and Fall of General George Custer. Written by George Custer. Narrated by Geoffrey Giuliano.
George Armstrong Custer was born December 5th, 1839. He was, as we all know, a United States Army officer and cavalry commander in the American Civil War and the American Indian Wars. Custer graduated from West Point in 1861, the very bottom of his class. But as the Civil War was just starting, trained officers were in immediate demand. At the age of just 23, he was made a brigadier general of the volunteers. At Gettysburg, he commanded the Michigan Cavalry Brigade, the Wolverines, and defeated Jeb Stuart's assault on Cemetery Ridge while greatly outnumbered. In 1864, Custer served in the Overland Campaign and in Sheridan's army in the Shenandoah Valley, defeating Jubal Early at Cedars Creek. His division blocked Lee's final retreat and received the first flag of truce from the Confederates, Custer being present at Lee's surrender to U.S. Grant at Appomattox. After the war, Custer was appointed a lieutenant colonel in the regular army and was sent west to fight in the American Indian Wars. On June 25, 1876, while leading the Seventh Cavalry Regiment of the Battle of the Little Bighorn in Montana Territory against a coalition of Native American tribes, he was killed, along with his entire detachment, in an action known as Custer's Last Stand. His dramatic end was as controversial as the rest of his career, and his legacy remains deeply divided. His bold leadership in battle is unquestioned, but his legend was partly of his own making, through his extensive journalism and perhaps more through his wife's energetic lobbying throughout her long and profitable widowhood.
As a fitting introduction to some of the personal incidents and sketches which I shall hereafter present to the readers of the Galaxy, a brief description of the country in which these events transpired may not be deemed inappropriate. It is but a few years ago that every schoolboy, supposed to possess the rudiments of a knowledge of the geography of the United States, could give the boundaries and the general description of the great American desert. As to the boundaries, the knowledge seemed to be quite explicit. On the north, bounded by the upper Missouri, on the east by the lower Missouri and Mississippi, on the south by Texas, and on the west by the Rocky Mountains. The boundaries on the northwest and south remained undisturbed, while on the east, civilization, propelled and directed by Yankee enterprise, adopted the motto, "Westward the star of the empire takes its way." Countless throngs of immigrants crossed the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers, selecting homes in the rich and fertile territories lying beyond. Each year this tide of immigration, strengthened and increased by the flow from foreign shores, advanced towards the setting sun, slowly but surely narrowing the preconceived limits of the great American desert, and correspondingly enlarging the limits of civilization. At last the geographical myth was dispelled. It was gradually discerned that the great American desert did not exist, that it had no abiding place but that within its supposed limits, and instead of what had been regarded as a sterile and unfruitful tract of land, incapable of sustaining either man or beast, there existed the fairest and richest portion of the national domain, blessed with a climate pure, bracing, and healthful, while its undeveloped soil rivaled, if it did not surpass, the most productive portions of the eastern, middle, or southern states. Discarding the name Great American Desert, this immense tract of country, with its eastern boundary moved back by
Sample complete. Ready to continue?